Hi everyone and welcome to the Free Range Diva. Today I want to talk to you about an essential oil company that I happened to find. A while back one of my viewers asked about my recommendations for essential oils, and I really didn't have any because I just would get whatever was at, like Sprouts or Vitacost or wherever. I hadn't really done a lot of research into it. Well, recently my dog, Duffy, was having chiropractic and acupuncture, and his vet would put a little bit of a mix called Peace and Calming by Young Living Oils on his fur and a little bit on the bedding, and it smelled so good. I mean, immediately I was certainly calm. Him, a little bit. But I started investigating because I had to have it. It just had that effect on me without even, my realizing what was doing it. So I went to Young Living's website and saw that the cost for 5 milliliters was $45 and change, which was out of my budget. So then I started looking to see what was in it and if there were any dupes or similar formulations, and I found a couple, one of which was from a company called Plant Therapy. Now, I haven't done a lot of research into essential oils, but what I did do is I found a blogger who had listed, I believe, about 8 different companies and all the pertinent information that you could possibly want about those 8, comparing, what was the best and what was not as ideal. And I will link the blog below. I've forgotten the name of it, but if I can find it, and I'm sure I can, I will put the link below, because her information was really, really precise and detailed, and she looked at things like sourcing, whether or not the oils were organic, how they were extracted, things like that, cost, etc., etc. And there were a couple of companies that actually had dupes for Peace and Calming, and Plant Therapy was one of them, and it scored very, very high on her list, as well as being very, very affordable. So I went to the website and I picked up Let It Go, and this smells exactly, to my nose anyway, like the Young Living Peace and Calming, and it costs $12 for 10 milliliters, so way more affordable. Now, I mentioned a little bit about extracting and where oils are sourced, how expensive they are to gather, whether or not you get organic certification, and how they are extracted, all determine the price. And I'm not going to knock Young Living because the oil was so cleanly fragranced. I mean, it was just an amazing oil that had an immediate effect on my emotions and my olfactory system, as well as all of us in the room. So if it's in your budget, I have no problem with Young Living, and they sell through representatives, so they're an MLM, which again also they have to roll in paying their distributors, it's like a Mary Kay, basically. So in order to pay their people, they do have to, transfer that cost over to the consumer. However, it wasn't in my budget to do that, which is why I went to Plant Therapy. And so in addition to picking up the Let It Go, I also picked up one of their Western U.S. peppermints. And the reason I got this is because on Sophie Giuliano's website, she does, which I have to thank my viewer Marianne for tipping me off on her. But yeah, on Sophie's website, she had an interview with an essential oil expert about menopausal support and oils that were supposed to be good for that. And she said if you had to pick just one oil to help with menopausal symptoms, especially hot flashes, peppermint would be it. And this particular variety of peppermint, they have several varieties. This one is very, very sweet, and very refreshing. And she recommended that you just place a little bit behind, you know, on the back of the neck to help with hot flashes. So I haven't really had to use this yet because I too have been having acupuncture, and one of the side benefits is that my hot flashes pretty much are gone. I get maybe the odd one right before bed, but that's about it. So for the occasional hot flash, I put some distilled water in a spray bottle and added a few drops of peppermint, following a suggestion from the company's website. When I feel a hot flash coming on, I spritz it on my neck, front and back, as well as on my chest. This causes instant cooling and stops the hot flash in its tracks. The cool feeling lasts for a few minutes after the water has evaporated. But this is still wonderful, and I can tell you, as far as the quality, a lot of oils that you will purchase do say that they are organic, and these ones are not. However, what this company does do is they're very transparent about how they make the oils, where they source them from, and the reason why that they aren't organic. And you can read all of that on their website. But it's basically because they have so many sources that it would just be too cost prohibitive to do it. And they would rather, you know, create a high quality oil that is still affordable. The difference between these plant therapy oils and, say, the oils that I normally would use is you can tell the minute you open them up and smell them. A good example is in my diffuser. If I put one of, say, the Oracacia or the Pharmaca oils in there, I would probably need about 8 to 10 drops to really diffuse a large room, like say the living room. With this Let It Go, I needed 2 drops, and that took care of the whole first level of the house. You could smell it in every single room, and it is extremely potent. A little goes a really long way. And another thing that is good about this particular company is there's a ton of research and educational blogs and things like that on their website. They also specialize in essential oils that are kids safe. And not only do they have a line of blends that are kids safe, but by every single type of oil, whether it's a single source or a blend, they also make a note whether or not the oil is safe for children. And for example, if you look at the Let It Go, it says that because there's ylang-ylang in here, it is not safe for children. And let me just tell you quickly the ingredients in this Let It Go blend. Tangerine, ylang-ylang, patchouli, sweet orange, and blue tansy. So because I love this fragrance so much, I've been experimenting with putting together a body oil. And I have a little test that I did with sunflower oil, jojoba, almond oil, and camellia oil. I wanted something that would be very, very thin, and I wanted it to smell like the Let It Go. Here's the oil. As you can see, this color is due to the essential oil. And on the website, it tells you if you're trying to do a 1% essential oil or a 2%, it tells you exactly how to do that. I put this together as a 0.5% because I did not, it's not, you know, anything that's going to be therapeutic. I just wanted it to smell nice on my body and not be too invasive outside of my own personal space. And I actually diluted it just a touch more than the 0.5 because it was quite strong. I used it this morning just on my arms, and there's still a nice faint scent lingering, which is exactly what I wanted. So I'm going to go ahead and make a bigger container of this, but I did want you to see this oil itself has a dark greenish blue color, probably from the blue tansy, I'm guessing. But you can see that this is quality right here, as noted by this color. So Plant Therapy has free shipping on their website. The prices, like I said, are very, very reasonable. Obviously, if you're buying something like Bulgarian Rose, which is extremely expensive, I think it's about $250 an ounce, you're going to pay, you know, more for something like that. But if you're just getting started and you want affordable but high quality essential oils for whatever your needs may be, Plant Therapy is a good one. And then the other thing that I briefly mentioned is, yes, I have been getting, I had my first acupuncture treatment, and it went very well. There was a couple of kind of weird moments when he hit a point. For example, there's a menopause point on the foot that apparently was really, really active, because I knew it the minute he hit it. But for the most part, he spent an hour, maybe an hour and 20 minutes just going over medical history, asking me all sorts of questions about current symptoms as well as past, even before he, you know, put one needle in me. And he also, because he is an herbalist as well as, you know, has several different degrees in Chinese medicine, he recommended a medicinal recipe for lamb curry, which I made the other night, and it was amazing. If you follow me on Instagram, you saw the picture that I took of my lamb curry. But it was incredibly delicious, and it was designed, like I said, it's medicinal, so it was designed to warm up my chi, which is like your life force, which had gotten stagnant and cold. There was a coldness there, which would account for the pain in my back, as well as the menopausal issues and the allergies. So I have another appointment scheduled for next week, and fortunately my insurance covers 2 sessions a month. And so, you know, we're good to go at least for this month. He said if it requires more, he can always put in for a medical need and get me more sessions. But it's a great, I think it's going to be a really, really good thing for me. You know, I've already felt, it's funny, the first day I felt really, really out of it. And then the second day I felt really like I just wanted to sleep during the day instead of, you know, I couldn't. But really just kind of off and tired and just out of it. But then the following day after that, I'm starting to feel like my old self in my old body. Much less pain. I'm also doing something called foam roller exercises, which also help a great deal with the pain. And when I do things that stress my back, it takes less time for the aching to go away. So yeah, that's my update on acupuncture, and I will keep you posted. Alright everybody, thank you so much for watching today. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, and please subscribe so that you won't miss my next video. And in the meantime, everybody, take good care of yourself. Have a great day, and I will talk to you again very, very soon. Bye!